Chat, once again, it is a Sunday edition of TNC. We had a big week last week with Hydralized. We had the debut / return of Peter Krill. He announced that he is the new RHW Memorial Champion, which he won on BCW, so Pete Brents is no longer champion. But he will have the opportunity in the main event to regain the TNC World Championship in the gauntlet match. And he'll face Keith alongside Owen King and Air Zero. And we also got another title match, which is going to open the show. That being Adam Ace versus Isaac Graves for the All-Star title. And we got a whole lot more in between to get to. So let us get right into it. And we got what the fuck? We got a fight in the parking lot. That looks to be the Titan brothers from BCW. They've been proclaiming themselves as part of the BHS. And they're taking out the current BHS in Cole Crimson and Zyler Glass. You know, one Titan brother getting thrown into the car. The other one fending Glass off. And now Zyler Glass getting thrown towards the car. And now Glass getting hoisted up high into the air, but able to avoid the attack. And there's a big crossbody. One Titan gets thrown into the wall. The other trying to throw Zyler Glass into the car, but got blocked. Big headbutt from Cole. You know, one Titan down. Now back to his feet. And now getting tossed into the wall again, and the other getting tossed right next to him. Whatever attack they had planned on Crimson and Glass, who knows if it... Who knows what kind of message that they're trying to send to the current BHS. Now Zyler Glass throwing trash cans around. Big headbutt by Cole. And the current BHS stands tall.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the All-Star Championship.
Adam Ace, of course, earning this title shot 2 weeks ago against the assassin Aiden Kennedy in that #1 contenders match. That also opened that show. And if Adam Ace fails tonight, he'll only have 3 weeks left to win a championship, or else he'll be out of the BHS. So the pressure is definitely on for Adam Ace. If anyone knows anything about how to handle pressure, it would be Adam Ace. And this will be his first title shot since Clash of the Titans, when he lost in the main event against Pete Brents for the world title. And there's the current champ, Isaac Graves, the greatest All-Star champion in company history, without a doubt. Still the only man to successfully defend that title. My glorious All-Star champ, please save me. Of course, Isaac Graves just last week part of the winning team in War Games, Team TNC. When Owen King got the pin on Keith. And that's how Owen King got himself into tonight's gauntlet match. And if Owen King can win the world title, that would be a meteoric rise through this company. There you see the prize up for grabs, the All-Star title.
Introducing the challenger from Kansas City, Missouri, weighing in at 228 pounds, Adam Ace! And his opponent from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 220 pounds, the All-Star champion, Isaac Graves!
See Isaac Graves handing the belt off once again for another title defense. And there you see it hoisted up high. Can Isaac Graves successfully defend that belt once again, or is it Adam Ace's time with the All-Star title? Here we go. Big knee out the gate by Isaac Graves. Wasting no time at all. Going right after Adam Ace. And now the springboard forearm, but Ace able to get out of the way. And now Graves whipped into the corner. Big splash by Ace. And Ace went after the lower body, but Graves able to kick Adam Ace away. There's a kick from Ace. And now a knee and a chop. And a DDT by Ace. And now Adam Ace with the arm drag across the ring. And now it's Adam Ace who's starting to feel himself. Ace whipping Graves into the corner. Big right hand to the gut. Now turning Graves around, but Graves able to land that elbow. Graves getting turned around. Big back elbow by Adam Ace. And now up to the second rope. Waiting for Graves to reach his feet. He does. Adam Ace with the elbow off the top. Rolling Graves over for the cover. Can he win the belt here? No. Kick out at 1. Ace with the lion salt. Now starting to taunt the champ now with the hair flicking to the elbow drop. And now Adam Ace getting countered there by Isaac Graves. Ace off the ropes. Graves ducking under into the Superman punch. Into the cover on Ace. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Ace. And now Graves looking to put this one away. Looking for the Gravedigger. Can he connect? Yes, he can. Into the cover on Adam Ace once again to retain. 1, 2, and another kick out by Adam Ace. And now to the outside. The repeated rights by Isaac Graves. And the count will begin. Now Adam Ace getting just tossed across the outside by Graves. But Ace able to turn it around here. Face first goes Isaac Graves. All sorts of contorted up in that corner. Count up to 5 as Adam Ace stomping the knee into the mat. But Graves still able to get those elbows into the gut of Adam Ace. And now a drop kick sends Ace crashing to the floor. Now a face buster by Isaac Graves. Count up to 9. Almost reached the halfway point of the allotted time on the outside. Now Isaac Graves up to the top rope. Adam Ace back to his feet. Isaac Graves with the big forearm to the floor. And Graves keeping the pressure on. And continuing to just pound away at the chest of Adam Ace. And there's a big forearm by Graves. And it seems like Isaac Graves has really taken control of this match here, as he lands another face buster to Adam Ace. And he's quickly back to his feet. Now Graves on the top rope. Adam Ace may be able to knock him down. And third right hand sends Isaac Graves crashing into the ring mat. And now Adam Ace looking for that stretch submission. He's got it locked in on Isaac Graves. Will he make Graves tap? Will we have a new champ? No. And just like that, Adam Ace may have completely turned this match on its head. Ace off the ropes. Drop kick blocked. Springboard forearm doesn't connect from Graves. And a big knee. And now Adam Ace again starting to mock the champion. Repeated boots to the face. Now Graves back to his feet. Whipped off the ropes. Ace ducking under. Into the arm drag. And now Ace with a DDT. Now Graves crawling over to the corner. Ace with speed with the knees to the face. Now Adam Ace gets blocked again there by Isaac Graves. Ace off the ropes, hits another Superman punch. And now Isaac Graves could be looking to put this matchup away once and for all. If he can hit this knee, it could do it. Bang! Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Isaac Graves is still your TNC All-Star Champion. And the clock continues to tick for one Adam Ace in the BHS. He's got only 3 weeks left. And his options are dwindling. But Isaac Graves continuing a dominant run as the All-Star Champion. Who is going to take it from him? He may hold on to that belt forever. He's not eaten a single pin, I believe, since he initially lost it to Matt Marco all the way back at Turning Point. This has been an incredible run for Isaac Graves, and it continues. Move on to our next match. You see the two losers of the triple threat for the women's title go one-on-one. So Olivia Harnage ended up taking the pin in that women's title match, where Kendall Hendricks was able to retain. Alexia Lane was just milliseconds away from breaking up that pin. But to no avail, Kendall Hendricks was able to hold on to her belt.
And her opponent from Istanbul, Turkey, Alexia Lane.
Alexia Lane now has to find another way back into the title picture after she ended up losing in her rematch clause last week. And potentially a win here against Harnage could get her right back to where she needs to be. But before last week, Olivia Harnage was probably on the biggest hot streak in the women's division. Both women are set to go, and the bell is rung. Both women locking up. Who comes out on top in the first exchange? And it looks to be Alexia Lane. Continuing to wrench at the wrist. The Harnage quickly able to turn it around. Keeping that wrist lock applied. Continuing to wrench at it. And now just planting Lane into the mat. Now kick to the back. And now Harnage stomping away at the chest. It's starting to fire up a little bit. Harnage, another kick to the back. Lane able to turn it around. Harnage able to turn it around right back. And Harnage up to the top rope. Waiting for Alexia Lane to reach her feet, and she does. Big kick off the top by Harnage. But Lane again able to turn it around with those right hands. And another counter by Harnage as these two women continue to go back and forth. Now Harnage, big slam. Dragging Lane back to her feet again. Try to drag her to the corner, but those elbows to the gut from Lane. And the big enziguri is going to put a stop to it. And Harnage forced to roll to the outside, but Lane quickly Out there to meet her. Might have been looking suplex, but Harnage again able to counter. And another counter there by Lane. As these two women continue to go counter for counter. Elbows again, this time from Olivia Harnage. And now a drop kick from behind. Sending Lane face first into the apron there. And now Alexia Lane back to her feet, back into the ring. And Harnage is going to send her off the ropes. Harnage ducking under, jumping over. And Harnage, big right hand. Into the cover on Alexia Lane. And a kick out of one. Right hands continue to come in. Big uppercut from Harnage. And Lane barely able to get back to her feet in the corner. But Alexia Lane maybe playing a little possum now, hitting that inverse DDT. And now it's Harnage who's trying to back away. But ends up eating a knee. And now Harnage wrestling Alexia Lane down to the mat. Picking her back up. Now dragging her to the corner, face first off the turnbuckle, and that's going to bust Alexia Lane open. Now Alexia Lane dragging Harnage over to the ropes. Going to send her off the ropes. Twisting the arm. But the elbow from Harnage allows her to break free. And now, innovative offense from Olivia Harnage. Can she put Alexia Lane away? No, kick out of two. Now maybe looking Harnage collapse. Went for it, but got countered by Lane. Russian leg sweep into the submission. But the rope break is going to save Olivia Harnage. Now Alexia Lane getting countered there by Harnage. Off the ropes was Lane. Big shot to the gut. And now another big forearm knocks Alexia Lane down. And repeated kicks to the face. No, Lane again face first off the turnbuckle. Getting slammed to the mat. Into the cover Harnage goes. Can Harnage put her away here? Kick out of two. Certified hoop sesh. Yep. Off the ropes goes Lane. Maybe looking Harnage collapse again. Can she hit it this time? Yes, she can. Rolling Lane over into the cover. Can she put Lane away? 1, 2. Kick out at 2.5. And now Olivia Harnage quickly back to work on Alexia Lane. But getting countered into that inverse DDT one more time. But Harnage quickly back to her feet. But Lane able to catch her with that big kick. And now Lane up to the top rope quickly with the Meteora. And now Lane setting Harnage up here for another Meteora. And now Lane again up to the top rope for a swanton, but nobody home. Harnage looking to capitalize on the missed swanton. Setting Lane up for something. No, just going into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Lane dragged back to her feet. But Lane able to get those elbows to the gut. Big drop kick there from Lane. And now Lane gonna drag Harnage closer to the middle of the ring. And she's looking rings of Saturn. She's got it locked in. Is Harnage gonna tap? No. She's able to fight out of it. Harnage gonna whip Lane into the corner. Big clothesline and an elbow. Now Harnage on the apron. Went for the kick over the top rope, but too much distance in between them. The boot gets caught by Lane. Now Harnage whipped off the ropes. Going for the crossface. Locked in middle of the ring. Is she gonna tap? Yes, she will. Olivia Harnage got caught in no man's land, and she had no choice but to tap. But another great match out of the women's division. This time it's Alexia Lane who's able to come out on top. Catching Olivia Harnage out of nowhere with that crossface. And Harnage had no choice but to tap. Kato Takahashi looking to get back in the win column for the first time in a long time. It's been a struggle for him to get wins. And he's got to go up against one of the hottest members of the roster right now in Seth Ross, who is certainly himself knocking on the door for a title shot in the near future. Potentially a win here against Kato could put his chances over the edge and get him a title match. But Kato definitely looking to play spoilers for Seth Ross. Seth Ross, like I just said, knocking on the door of getting a title match. Just been racking up win after win, week after week. And he's looking to keep the ball rolling against Kato Takahashi. Seth, of course, still looking for his first title match here in TNC. He could just be one match away from getting that opportunity. Both men ready to go. And the bell is rung. Seth Ross, big clubbing blow to the back to start this one off. Just repeated rights to the temple. Now Seth off the ropes. Big splash to Takahashi. Kato stumbling to his feet in the corner there. Getting turned around. Big double axe handle to the upper back. Now just getting tossed around by Seth Ross. Look at that German suplex. And now into the cover on Takahashi and a kick out of 1. Now Kato back to his feet here. Repeated chops by Seth. The strong strikes from the big man. Kato right now can't do anything about it. But once again getting dragged back to his feet. And Seth over to the corner, face first off the turnbuckle. Kato goes. Now getting seated up on the top rope. What is Seth looking for here? He's got him hoisted up. Oh my God. Kato might have a broken rib into the cover 1 and a kick out. Kato back to his feet again. Huge clothesline by Seth. But Kato able to catch him with a kick. And now those elbows to the gut. And now Kato gonna roll Seth up, but a rope break. And now Kato showcasing the power of his own. Forcing Seth to the outside. But now back into the ring, able to land a cheap shot there. And another double axe handle to the upper back. And Seth with the middle rope frog splash. And outside of that one little flurry, the first 2.5 minutes here has been all Seth Ross. And Kato again has to crawl to the corner, but quickly back to his feet. And a big clothesline of his own. Dragging Seth back to his feet. Now here come the strikes from Kato. Big clubbing blow to the back. Stomping at the arm of Ross. Now Kato starting to fire up a little bit. There's a clothesline from Kato. Another clothesline. And a third clothesline by Kato. And Seth stumbling into the corner. And now it's Seth who's seated up on the top rope. What's Kato got in mind? Hoisting him up. May have been thinking brainbuster, but Seth Ross able to escape. And now Seth with a DDT. Now Kato back to his feet. Clothesline by Seth. Second clothesline by Seth. That one's dodged. Super kick. And now Kato getting dragged to the middle of the ring. Into the cover he goes. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5 by Takahashi. Kato quickly back to his feet. Huge lariat. And now covered by Kato. 1. No. Not even a 1. Kato hoisting Seth up. And gonna drop him face first off the turnbuckle, and he's busted open. Into the cover. 1. And a kick out of 1. dragging Seth back to his feet. Rake to the eyes by Kato. And now a snap dragon. Now Seth barely back up to his feet on the apron here. And Seth just able to push him away. And now Seth rolling up Kato for a cover in the middle of the ring. 2. Reversed by Kato. 1, 2, no. And now it's Seth with the forearms to Takahashi. Seth looking pop-up powerbomb. Can he hit it? No! Takahashi able to escape the pop-up powerbomb. And now Takahashi went for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but that got reversed by Seth. Now Seth may be thinking super kick, and he connects! Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5. Seth up to the top rope. Seth went for the frog splash, but nobody home. And now Takahashi with the powerbomb, rolling through into the knee strike. Into the cover. 1, 2, kick out at 2. And now those clubbing lefts by Takahashi. Waiting for Ross to reach his feet. Up to the middle rope he goes for the crossbody. And now it's Takahashi into the cover again. And another kick out by Seth Ross. And now Kato, huge German suplex. And now Seth climbing to his feet. Played a little possum there. And now Seth with speed of his own. Big clubbing blow to the neck. And Kato laid out on the outside. And the count will begin as Seth gonna take a little bit of a breather. And now Seth waiting for Takahashi on the apron. And Seth hoisting Kato up for a back suplex on the apron. And now this time going to keep the pressure on. Takahashi thrown back into the ring. Having his face just smashed into the mat. And Seth thinking pop-up powerbomb once again. Can he hit it this time? Yes, he can. Into the cover on Takahashi. 1, 2, and a kick out. And Seth may be looking to put this one to bed. Another pop-up powerbomb. That's got to do it. And it does. Seth Ross is operating on an entirely different level right now. Yeah, that was an incredible match. Yeah, Seth Ross got to be next in line for a honestly, either a world title match or an all-star title match. I think he's earned at least one of them. Like, I don't know who's gonna beat him. It really doesn't matter who gets put in front of him right now. He's just dominating. Most realistic 2K match. Yeah. That was a very realistic match.
Here is your winner.
But another huge victory for one Seth Ross, who's knocking at the door of his first title opportunity here at TNC.
Music.
The following contest is a tag team match for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 456 pounds, Alex Cruz and Mighty Tiger, the
Corporation back in action against Jason Graves and Jake Phoenix for the second time in 3 weeks. These two teams did battle just 2 weeks ago, and it was Graves and Phoenix who came out on top, and that got them the tag team title match at Hydralized last week. Of course, as we know, the BHS were able to retain those tag team titles, so the search is once again on for a new challenger for those tag team titles.
and their opponents. First, from Kissimmee, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Jake
Jake Phoenix definitely put on a good performance at Hydralized, but unfortunately for him and his tag partner Jason Graves, it just was not enough. But now they'll have to find their way back into that title picture, and another win here tonight could go a long way. Shirt glitch aside, I think Jason Graves would like to put last week behind him. It was definitely a rough one. Those were two tag teams that have teamed together for a long time each. There really shouldn't be any shame in what happened last week, but Jason Graves is definitely a prideful wrestler, and he does not take those losses very lightly. Choke artist, sadly. Will they choke in the non-title match? It'll be Miguel Tigre and Jake Phoenix starting this one off, and here we go. Big kick out the gate by Tigre. Tigre keeping the pressure on. Russian leg sweep. Now tag in to Alex Cruz. And Cruz with the basement dropkick. Phoenix with a big right. Planting Cruz onto the mat. Going after the knee of Alex Cruz. Now Cruz getting hoisted up by Phoenix. But it's Phoenix who gets whipped into his own corner. Cruz tried to go up to the second rope but got knocked down by Jason Graves. Cruz getting countered there with the fireman's carry. Now off the second rope for a tornado DDT is Jake Phoenix. Into the cover on Cruz. Can he put him away? No. They got at 1. Cruz trying to turn this one around into a roll-up of his own. And a kick out at 1 by Phoenix. And now it's Phoenix back on the offensive with a snap suplex. Miguel Tigre desperate for a tag over there, but Jake Phoenix not going to let it happen as he makes a tag of his own to Jason Graves. And Cruz stumbled all the way to the outside. Graves with a big knee, but Cruz staying on his feet with a Russian leg sweep. Count up to 5 as Cruz getting tossed across the outside. Count up to 7 now as Graves going to toss Alex Cruz back into the ring. And Graves up to the top rope. Cruz to his feet. Graves went for the crossbody, but nobody home. And now the forearms coming in from Alex Cruz. But now the strikes and kicks coming in from Jason Graves. Cruz whipped off the ropes. Couldn't even see what the fuck that was because the ref wouldn't move. Into the cover, broken up by Miguel Tigre. Big forearm by Graves. And Graves not done yet. Yep, touch the ref. Cruz able to fight out of whatever Graves was going for there. And now the forearms once again coming in from Alex Cruz. And now it's Jason Graves who ends up rolling to the outside. And now the tag comes in from Miguel Tigre. Graves whipped off the ropes. Big shot to the gut by Tigre. And now a side suplex. Tigre into the apron. That's going to allow a tag into Jason Graves, but the springboard dropkick still connects for Miguel Tigre. Now hitting Phoenix with the leg drop and the standing moonsault. Now Tigre quickly up to the top. Tigre with a missile dropkick. And now back over to his corner for a tag into Alex Cruz. And Cruz stalking Jake Phoenix, clubbing blow to the face. Phoenix whipped into the corner of the corporation. But Phoenix able to get that elbow up. getting slammed down by Alex Cruz, and Cruz going to go for a tag. Tigre gonna drag Phoenix to the corner, face first off the turnbuckle. Now kick to the knee. Miguel Tigre looking for the destroyer. Into the cover. One broken up by Graves. But Jake Phoenix able to counter with the roll up. Not even a 1 count there. Big knee to the gut by Jake Phoenix. And then one for the elbow drop, but nobody home. Enziguri by Tigre. And now it's Jake Phoenix who's desperate for a tag. But Miguel Tigre, cartwheel into the Pele, blocked by Phoenix. And a huge rib breaker by Jake Phoenix. And now Phoenix starting to fire up a little bit for his team as he gets the tag into Jason Graves. Now here come the strikes from Graves. Big super kick. Elbows to the gut by Tigre to Graves. A shot to the back with the knee by Tigre before a tag to Alex Cruz. Cruz hoisting Graves up, planting him in the middle of the ring. And now Alex Cruz looking to set up in the corner of Graves and Phoenix, but Phoenix wasn't having it. And now Alex Cruz went for the back elbow, but nobody home. And now Jason Graves, house call. And Graves up to the top rope, but gets knocked down by Miguel Tigre, and both men are down in the ring. Jason Graves trying to keep the pressure on, but it's countered into a neck breaker by Cruz. Is a reversal by Graves, able to hit the head scissors on Cruz. And now it's Cruz looking for a tag, and he can't get to his corner. And Cruz whipped into the corner of Phoenix and Graves. Double team coming here to Alex Cruz as he's whipped off the ropes, and a double shoulder block. Jason Graves stuck in the ring. Is Jason Graves able to land that big knee? Into the cover, broken up immediately by Tigre. Cruz stumbled on the ropes. Jason Graves tossing him to the outside. Jason Graves maybe looking to fly here. Over the top rope, taking out Alex Cruz. And Graves keeping the pressure on. Planting Cruz on the outside. As the count reaches 4, Jason Graves will re-enter the ring. Graves turning his attention over to Tigre, and he gets knocked to the outside with an enziguri. Now Graves back to the outside to reset the count, but gets tossed right back in by Alex Cruz. Graves whips into the corner. Alright, so the ref and the cameraman both need to be fired. I employ idiots. Graves whipped into the corner of the Corporation. Double team coming. Off the top rope. Frankensteiner into the power bomb. And now Tigre looking to put Jason Graves away. Can he hit it? Yes, he can. Into the cover. One broken up by Phoenix. Miguel Tigre right back to work. Tigre off the second rope with the moonsault. Graves gets countered. Another counter there. Elbows to the gut by Tigre. Now a tag in to Alex Cruz. But Graves able to get that elbow up. Big pump kick by Graves. And Graves mercifully gets a tag in to Jake Phoenix. And Phoenix lining up Alex Cruz, looking for that knee strike, and he connects! Into the cover, again broken up by Tigre. And another tag into Jason Graves. Graves whipped into the corner. Cruz, DDT. And another cover broken up by Phoenix. Cruz, German suplex to Graves. Graves able to turn it around, but Cruz turning that one around on Graves. And now a tag in once again to Miguel Tigre. Graves back into the ring. And getting whipped into his own corner by Miguel Tigre, but Graves able to get the elbow up. And Graves hoisting him up for the JG driver. Into the cover on Tigre. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5 by Tigre. Jake Phoenix now back into the ring. Cruz is, dude is like floating on air. I don't know what's going on. We might have to drug test him. Drop kick blocked by Tigre. Phoenix sit out powerbomb. And another tag into Jason Graves. As we approach the 15-minute mark of this match. And a winner still not very clear. Graves gets blocked by Tigre, big left forearm. Tigre hoisting him up, back first into the turnbuckle, and just tossed back into the middle of the ring. Tigre up to the top, looking for the frog splash, and he connects. Into the cover. Broken up before the ref can even get there. And now an arm drag by Tigre. Tigre sizing Jason Graves up here for the cartwheel Pele. And now Tigre sizing him up once again from the corner. Tigre with speed, big forearm and an elbow. Now Tigre with the lion salt. Into the cover to put it away. 2, 3. They're gonna call him Jason Pin soon. That's what you get, Mr. Graves. That's what you get for being a choke artist. The corporation get their get back from 2 weeks ago. And this should put the corporation in line for a World Tag Team title opportunity soon. BHS definitely in need of some new challengers. As sick and tired as they were of the corruption, they won't have to face them anymore after the separation of Matt Marco and Peter Krill. As Marco got kicked out of the group. And as it stands now, it's just Krill and Tyler Vincent. My glorious corruption. Selena back in action for the first time in a few weeks. The last time out was a win, I believe it was against Sarah Lopez. But still looking for a way to get back into the women's title picture. Looking to become a 3-time women's champion. And tonight, Selena gonna go up against someone who she knows very well from her time, the first time she was women's champion.
And her opponent from El Salvador, Nick China.
The history between Nico Chambers and Selena in this company is very well documented. They met for the first time in the finals of the Women's Championship Tournament, where Selena would win her first Women's Championship. Nico Chambers would get another opportunity the following week in a rematch at Seasons Bleedings. And again, it was Selena who came out on top. And every other time they've met since has been non-title, and still Nico Chambers could not get it done. But is tonight the night that Nico Chambers gets one back on Selena? Both women set to go, and the bell is rung. Here we go. Big enziguri at the gate by Chambers. Stomping at the ribs and a big forearm to Selena. And now a lion salt by Chambers. She knows what a win against Selena would mean, not only for her confidence, but for her state, like, pretty much for everything for her in this company. Because this has been her kryptonite from day one. Ref, can we fucking move? Chambers with a cover, you can't even fucking see because of the ref. I got multiple refs I need to fire, I guess. Drop kick to the back by Selena. Selena whipped off the ropes. Chambers ducking under. Big shot to the gut. And now Selena into the corner. Selena able to catch the boot of Chambers. And Selena showcasing the power with the sit-out power bomb. Chambers back to her feet. Did that even connect? It must have, but it took out a lot of Selena as well. Selena repeated stomps to the back of Nico Chambers. And again, shadowboxing Chambers. But Chambers able to get those elbows to the gut. Been a big boot by Nico. And sizing Selena up. But he gets blocked by Selena. And now the set-out neck breaker. And Nico whipped into the corner. Slam there by Selena. And she's up to the top rope. Nico Chambers to her feet. Selena with the code breaker off the top. Into the cover on Nico. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5 by Chambers. And Selena is very frustrated that did not put this match away. Selena whipped off the ropes. Chambers ducking under. There's a counter by Nico. Has the arm trapped, but Selena able to get that elbow up. And now it's Selena ducking under. And another counter by Chambers. And now Nico with a suplex. Looking for 3 Amigas possibly. Hits the second suplex. And now looking for the third. And she connects for the 3 Amigas. And now up to the top rope. Nico Chambers turning around for the big splash. Into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Selena. And now Nico Chambers trying to keep the pressure on the former 2-time women's champion. Nico on the apron. Went for the swanton over the top rope, but didn't get the distance. And now Nico with the low blow. The legal low blow. And now with the knee from the second rope. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5. Now it's Chambers whipped into the ropes. Selena ducking under, jumping over. Missed the kick on Chambers, but not able to miss that springboard drop kick. Chambers hoisting Selena up, but Selena able to get out of it. Now Chambers tossing Selena all the way to the floor. And Chambers gonna follow her out there. Chambers tossing Selena into the steps. Nico Chambers up to the top rope. Selena to her feet, lands the big kick to the outside. Chambers stomping away, and a big forearm to Selena. And now Selena getting tossed across the outside. Count up to 4 here. And Selena re-enters the ring at 5. And now Chambers back into the ring. Chambers whipped into the corner. Big kick to the leg by Selena. The ref needs to fucking move. Big backbreaker by Selena. What is Selena looking for here? As Nico Chambers all kinds of twisted up. Jesus Christ. And now Selena maybe looking to put this one away. Might be thinking Sister Abigail. And she connects. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Nico Chambers still cannot beat her kryptonite. And that's another big win for Selena. And now we can start to see the #1 contendership for the women's title lining up here a little bit, with Alexia Lane and Selena both getting big wins. on this episode of TNC. And now the futures for both Nico Chambers and Olivia Harnage a little bit uncertain. Selena one step closer to that record-breaking third women's championship reign. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time for the World Championship.
Are as follows. Two superstars will start in the ring. When one superstar is eliminated, a new superstar enters. Eliminations can occur by pinfall, submission, or disqualification. The match continues until one superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared a winner. And from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Asian Nightmare Zero.
Zero gonna get his one-on-one match for the world title, but it's not under the circumstances that he would have wanted or expected, as he's got to run the gauntlet. The talent in this match is insane. For being just a 4-person gauntlet, looks like the world champ is also going to have to run the gauntlet, as Air Zero and Keith are going to start this match out. You remember the last time these two went one-on-one, Keith took care of Air Zero in about 2 minutes flat, and that was to qualify for the golden ticket briefcase, which kind of kick-started this whole thing off, if you really think about it. Because Keith went on to win the golden ticket, cashed in when Air Zero was getting his world title match. Brent ended up winning that match. Then the whole invasion started with BCW. Keith won the belt. And now here we are. Who could forget Keith's Super Cena performance? I know. That was ridiculous. Keith out the gate with the Hurricane Rana. Now a big forearm to Air Zero. Keith quickly up to the top. Keith looking spiral tap out the gate. And now a moonsault off the bottom rope to Air Zero. Air Zero able to counter Keith there with the hip toss, and now hits a standing shooting star. Keith loses, he gotta go back to his 9 to 5. And another thing we have to think about in this gauntlet match, we don't know who's going to come out next, if it's going to be Owen King or Pete Brents. So whoever wins between these two, I've got to be on their toes for either one of those two men, as Air Zero able to get a 2 count on Keith there. Keith back to his feet, but Air Zero with the kicks, quickly dropping him to his knees before a double stomp to the back brings him back down. But Keith quickly to his feet. Air Zero went for a spear through the ropes and got caught with that German suplex. And now Air Zero back into the ring. Getting rolled up by Keith. And now basement dropkick, nobody home. Air Zero able to land an enziguri to Keith. And now with the BME by Air Zero. Able to land that elbow. And now Air Zero quickly up to the top rope once again. Went for the shooting star again, but nobody home this time. And now Keith looking to take advantage. Hits the spear! Into the cover he goes. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Air Zero. And now Keith up to the top rope. Could be thinking Keithinator. He's turning around and he connects with the Keithinator. Into the cover on Air Zero. 1, 2, 3. And who is going to be next for Keith? And it is Owen King, who draws the 3rd spot in this gauntlet. That is absolutely massive for Keith. Basically squashed Air Zero. And now here we go with the 2nd matchup of this gauntlet. Owen King and Keith one-on-one. Starting this one out with a little bit of chain wrestling. Is Owen King so far able to manhandle Keith with that waist lock. And now turning it around into a headlock. On the mat, keeping Keith grounded here. Now continuing to wrench at the neck of the world champion. Keeping that headlock applied. Now turning it around with a big knee to the face. King quickly up to the top rope. And went for the crossbody, but Keith able to dodge. And now a big forearm drops King to the mat. Keith going after the knee of Owen King. And now looking for the splash off the middle rope, but King able to get out of the way. And King went for the neck breaker, but Keith able to get out of the way. Both of these men going counter for counter here. And now back into that waist lock is Owen King. But Keith quickly able to break it up and to apply a waist lock of his own. But that one's broken up by King. Now he turns it into a chin lock. Now continuing to wrench at the neck. Choking Keith out a little bit. Trying to get those fingers in there, allow him to breathe. But now Keith rising to his feet, broken up. Or Owen switching it into a shoulder lock. Keeping the pressure all the way into that shoulder. And now turning it into an arm drag. Really good chain wrestling from Owen King here. But Keith able to land a little bit of that springboard clothesline. And now Owen King off the ropes. Keith ducking under into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Owen King able to reverse Keith there. And now King quickly up to the top. He's got his eyes set on Keith. Lands the kick off the top. And King into the cover here on Keith. 1. And a kick out of 1. It's the Lion Salt. And Keith quickly rolling over to the apron. And gets speared off the apron by Owen King. And Owen going after the knee of Keith. Keith able to turn around on Owen, and Owen gets tossed across the outside. And now it's Keith's turn to get tossed across the outside. Keith couldn't whip King, but he was able to hit the knee and then hit the spear on King, but King quickly back to his feet. Turning it around, the spear did nothing to Owen King. And now Keith getting tossed back into the ring by King. And King went for the stomp, got countered into the cutter. But quickly Owen King back in control of this match, off the ropes with the Pele. And now King hits Rolling Thunder. Looking for the knee strike, and he connects. And now Keith quickly back up to his feet. Hits the DDT. Now Keith off the ropes. Pele again by King. Into the cover on Keith. 1, 2, and a kick out by Keith to keep his title. Owen King went for the spear through the middle rope, got blocked by Keith. And now King off the ropes. Cutter! Keith into the cover. 1, 2, kick out by King. Now Keith quickly back to work on Owen King. Up to the top rope he goes. Keith settling for the Hurricane Rana off the top. Now quickly back up to the top. Missing the double axe handle. And this is a prime opportunity for Owen King to take advantage. But Keith with those elbows to the gut. And now the basement drop kick to the face. Putting a stop to any momentum Owen could have had. And now near the top rope, what is Keith thinking here? Hoisting him up. Oh my God! Owen King just got flattened, and that's gonna do it for Owen King. And now the only person who can stop Keith from holding that title is the man he took it from. The inaugural champion, Pete Brent. Yep, which is why I lost. And here we go. Right out the gate, both these men gonna trade punches. Brent's getting the upper hand on Keith. And now Brent's big knee strike to Keith. Keith out on his feet as Brent's with the double axe handle. Into the cover he goes on Keith to put him away to win his title back. And a kick out of 2. Can't wait for chat if a certain someone wins. At this point, I'm kind of in a lose-lose situation in chat. So I kind of have to eat the results. Keith dropped face first on the top rope, but Keith responds with the cunt cutter. Quickly into the cover he goes. 1, 2, kick out by Brent. And now Keith went for the swanton over the top, didn't get the distance. Keith up to the top rope. Look at Keithinator, and he connects. Into the cover again. 1, 2, and another kick out by Brent. Keith went for a Hurricane Rana, got just dropped by Brent into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. And now Brent's raking at the eyes of Keith. And Brent's over the top rope with the kick. And now Keith in the corner. Brent's super kick to the knee. Maybe looking Panama Sunrise. Can he connect with it? Yes, he can. And Brent's continuing to go after the lower body. And now Brent's looking Art of Hate driver. Can he connect? Yes, he can. Art of Hate driver. Into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.5 by Keith. Keith back to his feet. Brent's looking Art of Hate driver one more time. And he connects. Brent's into the cover to win back his title. 1, 2. Kick out again. There's no way. Brent's off the top with the stomp. Keith Hogan, brother. Big boot by Brent. And Brent sizing Keith up again. But Keith with those elbows to the gut. Spear blocked! Brent's blocked the spear by Keith. And now looking H-bomb. Connects! And now Brent's looking for his third Art of Hate driver to put this match away. He's got him set up. Art of Hate driver. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Pete Brent is a 2-time world champion. TNC is saved. The greatest Hoganing you've ever seen was done to save this company. I think we can let this slide. Bye bye Monster Energy belt. Oh, great fucking timing. Pete Brent said earlier this week he could not let anybody else fix his mess. And he was able to fix his own mess. Reclaim the TNC World title from Keith. Your reign serves a greater purpose. I think my reign serving the purpose of stopping an invasion is quite significant.
Here is your winner, and new ECW
Took literally everything Brent's had despite Keith starting off this gauntlet. But he is once again the TNC World Champion. What an episode. Justified Hogan, and goddamn right it is. But that will do it for this week's episode. We will see you next Saturday, or this Saturday now, for episode 22 of TNC.